The Minister of High-Tech Industry and former mayor of the capital, Yerevan, Vagan Khachaturian, has been elected the new president of Armenia in the parliament's second attempt on Thursday. He was the only presidential candidate nominated by the ruling party. Accordingly, 71 MPs took part in the respective voting, and all of them voted in favor. To note, however, solely the ruling majority civil contract faction in parliament voted. The two opposition factions in parliament boycotted the elections. According to the Armenian constitution, at least two-thirds of the total number of votes of the MPs, or 81 votes in favor, are needed to elect a new president in the first round, but the parliament's ruling majority faction has only 71 seats. In the second round, however, the president is elected by 3/5 of the lawmakers, in this case by 65 votes in favor. Ex-President Armenias Mkhitaryan had announced his resignation back in January, citing lack of powers. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, Armenian Parliament Speaker Alen Simonyan have congratulated Vagan Khachaturian on election. Russian leader Vladimir Putin has also sent a congratulatory message to Khachaturian. The second round of Russian-Ukrainian talks kicked off Thursday afternoon in Belarus's Brest region. The first round of talks concluded with no results Monday evening. Head of the Russian delegation, Vladimir Medinsky, today noted that the Russian and Ukrainian delegations decided together to hold the second talks in Beloveshkaya Pusha. The Russian military provided a security corridor for the Ukrainian delegation, Medinsky said. Before the talks, French President Emmanuel Macron spoke with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin and then with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. The conversation with Putin, which lasted an hour and a half, is already the third in a row since the escalation of the Ukrainian crisis. Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov noted that NATO and Ukraine are hatching a plan to unleash a real nuclear war against Russia. A Ukrainian citizen of Armenian origin was killed Wednesday as a result of the ongoing Russian military operations in Ukraine. The incident took place in the city of Kherson, where heated battles have been going on for the last few days. Kherson, as Russia announced Wednesday, has completely passed under the control of Russia. Military actions are in full swing in Ukraine. The Russian troops rendered the Reserve Technological Radio and Television Center in Kiev inoperative, said Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Konashenkov. According to him, the security services of Ukraine used this radio and television center for psychological operations against Russia, and no civilians were affected during the shelling. Meanwhile, an advance team from the International Criminal Court, the ICC, in The Hague has left for Ukraine to begin investigating possible war crimes, the ICC chief prosecutor told Reuters. The UN General Assembly voted overwhelmingly in favor of a resolution condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine and calling for the immediate withdrawal of Russian troops. At an emergency meeting of the UN General Assembly, 141 out of 193 member states voted for the resolution, 35 abstained, including Armenia, and 5 voted against it. Belarus, North Korea, Eritrea, Russia, and Syria voted against the resolution. Turkey voted in favor, while Azerbaijan did not participate in the vote. Meanwhile, the whole world continues to impose new sanctions on Russia. The World Bank announced the termination of all programs in Russia and Belarus, citing military actions against the people of Ukraine. The United States, in turn, in coordination with allies and partners, imposes additional sanctions against Russia and Belarus. The EU has imposed several packages of sanctions on Russia, including a ban on exports to Russia of certain refining technologies from Europe, which makes it difficult and expensive to modernize Russian refineries. European Commissioner said the EU sanctions on Russia will gradually hit Moscow's oil revenues. Russia, in turn, reacted to sanctions and noted that they stopped supplying the US with rocket engines. Moscow will also stop cooperating with Berlin on joint experiments on the Russian segments of the ISS and will conduct them independently. The US dollar is rising in Armenia. The American dollar's exchange rate against the Armenian drams comprised 496.48 drams for $1 in Armenia on Thursday. This is up by 7.12 drams from Wednesday, according to the official website of the Armenian Central Bank. The exchange rate for €1 was 550.5 1.40 drams, up by 7.21 drams, while the rate of 1 Russian ruble made up 4.26 drams, down by 0.31 drams in the country. The World Health Organization, the WHO, said the number of new cases of coronavirus reported worldwide fell by 16% last week, indicating a monthly decline in the number of COVID-19 infections. In its weekly pandemic report, the WHO said deaths have fallen by 10%, continuing the decline in deaths first seen last week. The WHO said more than 10 million new cases and about 60,000 deaths have been reported worldwide. The Omicron variant remains dominant worldwide, the WHO added. None of the other worrying variants, including Beta, Gamma, Lambda, or Mu, have been reported in the past month, although the WHO has said there are problems with surveillance in many countries. Armenian officially confirmed COVID-19 cases have declined from nearly 1,000 cases to 200 to 300, while the total number has exceeded 420,000 cases. The death toll in Armenia has reached 8,505. Almost 2 million COVID-19 vaccination doses have been given in Armenia, while over 870,000 people are fully vaccinated. Roma midfielder Armenias Mkhitaryan has quit the Armenian national football team. After 95 international games, hard work, unprecedented ups and downs, I decided to stop playing for the Armenian national team, he said in a statement. Mkhitaryan noted that in the coming years, he will be fully focused on his club career.